and saw the feeling grow.
He's still feeling success in his fingers. The 90s heartthrob, Marti Pellow, is live on Breakfast to tell us about his latest album, Moonlight Over Memphis.
Wet, wet, wet singer Marti Pellow tells us why he's now a soul man.
That's after we join our news teams.
Well, he's been more than lucky. Former Wet, Wet, Wet frontman Marti Pellow is here to tell us why making his latest album is a dream come true.
First, let's bring you right pop band Wet, Wet, Wet. Marti Pellow enjoyed phenomenal success with a string of hit singles and record sales of 15 million. He went on to prove his talent as a solo artist, reaching the top 10 with his debut album, Smile.
Well, he still has plenty to smile about. He just produced his latest album, Moonlight Over Memphis, which he says is his finest work yet. We'll talk to Marti in just a moment. First, here's a taste of what's in store.
And though you are so far away, you're close to me. I feel your love inside of me. I feel your breath against my cheek. It gives me hope inside. You build me up so I am strong. I can hear the sound of your heart beating. It keeps on.
There you go. Marti is here with us this morning. A very good morning to you.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic sound, that. Bit of a departure for you, so just keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple here, you know, this takes me back to, I did this album in Memphis, Tennessee. It's called Moonlight Over Memphis, and I first went there 20 years ago with Wet, Wet, Wet and made my first album there, so I've kind of been dipping in and out of Memphis over the years. So it's a place I hold very close to my heart.
They like you there.
Indeed they do.
They gave you the keys.
And which I lost them.
Yeah.
No, based obviously fabulous work or something like that. I mean, how is it that you became so big in Memphis?
Well, I think it's because, you know, as I said, I've been going over there 20 years and a lot of people in the community, and they were just kind of tipping their hat to me, you know, because I've recorded so many songs there. And it was any excuse to bring some friends over from all around America and put them in B.B. King's place in Memphis, Tennessee, and Rufus Thomas was still alive at the time, and, you know, people like that were all came, and they ate too much, and they played some great music, and at the end of the day I got a little proclamation that said I have my own official day.
Which
Memphis,
only
Tennessee.
B.B. King and Nelson Mandela have had the same honour. That's quite something.
and some white boy from Glasgow.
and also the album in reaction, in response to what happened, of course, following Hurricane Katrina.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the songs on that album is called "It's All About," and that was imagery that I would see when I was coming back from the studio at night. You would see, you know, late on at night, all these buses coming in, and people having to be decanted, if you like, for the want of a better word, through the horrific circumstances that happened through that. And, you know, that imagery was very powerful, and the imagery that you're seeing on the TV and the whole way, well, without going into too much detail, the way it was handled was just, for me, was very quite horrific.
Easy to forget and hard to see from this distance, but at the time and in that part of America it was cataclysmic.
Absolutely, and you could see that, but there was a real sense of community through the church and so on, people coming together and rallying round, and that anywhere in the world is inspiring for me. So it's nice if a little bit of that can creep into your songs.
Yeah.
Now, you financed this album yourself. We had Mick Hucknall on the other day. He's done the same thing because he said he wanted to be free, independent of a lot of the labels, basically.
Well, I think in this case, you know, with this body of work, I took it in when I started it. I'm sure if I'd walked into my record company and said I want to put a bunch of 70 and 80-year-old men round about me as my band, what do you think? You think it's a good idea? That would have been a bit shaky, and this is an album I always wanted to make, and there's the type of musicians I'm using, there's a real integrity and a dignity to their playing, I feel.
How expensive is it then? to make an album like that?
Well, to me, the price becomes irrelevant because I get to work with the people that I've always wanted to work with.
Is it £100,000? I have no idea.
If you can bring my album in for £100,000, you can be pulling the purse strings of my next album.
And your big influences, you always were Al Green.
I love Al Green. I think Al Green is, for me, is a real singer.
Yeah.
And the producer, Willie Mitchell, who makes all those records, is the producer I worked with on this album, who worked with Ike and Tina Turner, B.B. King, Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding. It really goes on and on.
Well,
there's the Reverend there.
There's the Reverend himself. And what did you learn from his producer then? What did he bring? There was special things he brought to you?
I think what he brings to the table for a producer to me is a real sense of space within arrangements of songs. It's what you leave. It's what you leave out the song that makes it special. He's a real gift of melody, and that's always something that I embrace.
So does he say? You pause here, breathe here, stand back more?
Well, I think it's more a communication, you know. I think Willie Mitchell's 78, 79 years of age, and I think just being on the planet for that amount of times, he's always got pearls of wisdom, be it about music or just be it about what's going on in the world. And I think he's, first and foremost, my friend rather than a producer. And, you know, he's almost like a musical mentor to me, because I think you set the bar when you work with people like that and they really inspire you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's just take a little look back. We've got a montage.
You've got a little montage?
Yeah, a little montage for you.
Well, can you show me looking really young and then do a close-up with me bearded and a little bit?
We'll try.
Could you do that for me, please?
Here we go.
My finger, I feel it in my toe. Love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. I was living in a world of make-believe, when my best friend told me that there may be a job in the city. I was living in a world of make-believe, when my best friend told me that there may be a job in the city. Everyone told me he would dream about another scheme, about another sun and cold cream, about a man about an industry. And a lifetime without you, she's gonna make it all right. And hold.
Now you really enjoyed that, didn't you?
Oh, thank you.
You loved watching that back.
I did. It was funny, especially wishing I was lucky there. I did a lot of bouncing.
Yeah.
You did,
You know,
and
I did a lot of
smiling.
bouncing.
But you always looked so happy when you're singing.
Well, you know, through the gift of song, that it really is. I really feel. I love that environment. I really do. And you know, doing Top of the Pops there, that was the first time we'd ever done it. And you know, as a child growing up watching Top of the Pops and such, and then you're on Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
It's
Dream come
fantastic.
true.
No wonder I was bouncing.
Yeah, you love pushing yourself, challenging yourself. You, despite having not acted before, you went for the role of lead. Billy Flynn was in Chicago.
That's right, I
and
did.
didn't you do well?
Yes, I did.
Great reviews for that.
I had great reviews, and so much so that I ended up in Broadway. Where did it all go wrong?
You really
couldn't
went on
believe it.
Broadway with Billy Flynn Rollo?
Absolutely. You look as if you're taken by surprise. Can't you see I've got a thespian in here?
No, absolutely.
Should I be adorning a
So,
smoking jacket and a cravat?
Should this be leading to other things?
Well, I hope so. You know, I mean, I always find it wonderful when other people can see something in you and inspire you and take you down an avenue, you know, that you never really saw yourself going artistically. And working with good people and having that challenge, I love that. I really love that sense of live work and the sense of connection, you know, be it live. Because I'm going on tour this year too. And October and November I'll be doing some shows.
Yes,
See how I linked that in there? Because I thought yourself.
well
no,
done.
well, I
otherwise-
had
You
an
know,
email.
I'm just forever depressed. Yes, it is
I had an
October and
email
November.
this morning, yes, because Wilhelmina lives in Holland and she sent an email to say she's so looking forward to the gigs next month. She said there's 4 Dutch girls, kiss, kiss, kiss. She'll see you in Glasgow in 4 to 5 weeks' time. So quick.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you very much for that. I mean, it's always a pleasure to keep in touch with my Dutch compadres.
So,
But
and it'll be a big gig back in Glasgow, wouldn't it, really?
Well, I'm setting off in Glasgow in my hometown, and you know, I will have my act together there. You know, my juggling will be fine-tuned.
You'll be fresh for the
Yeah.
first night.
Yes, indeed. I'm really looking forward to it. I just, you know, I enjoy like playing live, and this album, that Moonlight Over Memphis, which is out on October the 2nd. Let's get all the plugs done.
Have you got the recommended retail price as well?
Well, you know, if it was up to me, I'd be delivering those guys in the van. It's Monday morning, let's get those records in the shop. You know, I'm so proud of this work. It really is, for me, I'm just so happy and so proud of it, and I want to get out there and let people know about it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Lovely to see
It's no bad.
you.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, not at
Thanks
all.
for having me.
All right. Well, you've got to say it. Is the weather going to be...